oh no, this is not going to work. When I started this, I thought it would be way cooler to have my sunglasses on when I did it, but I don't want to look at a reflection, looking at a reflection, looking at a reflection. So, nope, excuse me. Ooh, yeah, I'm in a cafe right after the lunch rush, and let's just say the manager wasn't exactly happy with the performance of one of his staff, but that's neither here nor there. Good afternoon from São Paulo, Brazil. And what I wanted to talk to you about were two things that happened when I came to Brazil. The two things that keep coming up over and over and over again. One is the coffee. And they always say, well, hey, is it true that Brazilian coffee, is really that good? Why do people talk about Brazilian coffee as if it's something special? And I want you to take two things into consideration. One, this is a double with cream, a little skim milk, because it's just too powerful. I mean, I can tell you that normally it comes in these tiny cups, not just in Brazil, but in other countries, because if you're an American, the coffee we drink is like, they call it tea. We drink big cups throughout the day, whereas in Brazil, one of these in the morning, if this is full of just straight coffee, which mine isn't, I had to cut it with some steamed milk. It's like sticking your tongue into a light socket. I mean, it's a brutally quick explosion of power that will set you right for the rest of the day. Just a very simple brewed coffee. So when you come down to hang out with me in Brazil, even the smallest corner store we go to is going to have like a pingado, which is a cafe, short glass, small glass. We'll sip on one of those and you'll see what I mean. The second thing I'm always asked about is, and it's about 80% of the questions come from men, 20% come from women. It's always some version of, hey, I heard Brazilian women were great. Great being a code word for easy. Are Brazilian women easy? And I get this question a lot. As a matter of fact, I turn down offers. I do ghostwriting, editing, copy editing, proofreading, resume writing for anyone who's looking for that. I don't make money off of YouTube. That's what I do for a living. If you need me, contact me, YusefWateef@gmail.com. But I've turned down business by magazines that have always asked me to write about how easy Brazilian women are. And here's where we're going to go with this. Not just the question of, are Brazilian women easy? It's the question of, hey, are women in China easy? It's the question of, hey, are women in Japan easy? Hey, are women in London easy? I get that same question over and over and over. And they get this really confused look on their face when I say, well, yeah, for me. It's easy for me. But you have to understand that same question, it keeps coming over and over and over. And everyone wants there to be this different set of rules that Brazilian women play by, or fill in the blank with whatever country you've been fetishizing or fantasizing about. And by the way, I 100% advocate fetishization. I advocate objectification, because if you know what you want, go get it. But the problem that I keep running into, I tell them, if you're a man and you've done these three things, you will find consistently that women are easy everywhere. And let me really help you when I go down that road. Do you exercise? Not everybody has to be a meathead weightlifter or Brazilian jiu-jitsu or grappling. If it's ballet, if it's badminton, if it's tennis, if it's squash. No, sorry, chess doesn't count as a sport. Be mad. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're doing something like that 3-4 times a week, yeah, you're in the top 20% of men. Are you reading one book a month? And I've written about this, I'll link to it at the bottom. Are you reading a book a month? So that when you sit down with a woman, regardless of where she's from, you can talk about ideas on a deeper level. It doesn't even matter if it's something that she's interested in. I find that women like men all over the world who know deeper issues deeply, which sounds weird, but be the guy at the party that can talk about, and I've said this before, be the guy at the party that can talk about one issue deeply, not a whole bunch of shit that's in pop culture. You gain that top 20% of women. Do you do something with your hands? For me, it's writing. For me, it is blacksmithing. The YouTube bit doesn't really count as doing something with my hands. It's just me talking to a camera, which I'm okay with. But when you can do those three things, you find over and over and over, yes, Brazilian women are easy. Of course, that also makes women in China easy, and then before that it made the women I lived with in Australia easy, because what you find is there is no magical place where the standards are so low that the men who don't do any work at all can still get the quality they want. They want this magical paradise where low-quality men who haven't pulled off any of the things I just talked about, find women that are high quality. It doesn't work that way. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're into prostitutes, great. That's fine. Even something as simple as online dating and Tinder, that's fine. You don't have to actually have any skills to do those things for short-term gains. One of the young men who really combated something I told him about, how you really have to learn how to talk to women, he said, well, I can go online right now and find 5 women who want to come to my apartment. And I said, that's great, but what happens when you meet that one woman and you want her for more? What happened when you're like a buddy of mine, and I've told this story to some of you before, who had a woman come over, he met her online, they had great fun sex. The next morning, he's a nerd like me, he gets on his computer, and he starts to upload a game, the game jams his computer. The girl comes out of his bedroom, tells him to move over, downloads and re-uploads something, I don't know what it is, fixes his computer, and he realized, wow, we've got a lot in common, except, he didn't learn any of those fundamental skills to keep her interested for more than just recreational sex. There's nothing wrong with recreational sex. But you'll find that combine the fact that women, well, they have a lot more choices than men. Men have to work a little harder for it. But also combine that with the fact that what if you're one of those guys, and I'm glad I'm not one, who has a very specific niche of women that they like. Now you're in a situation where you're fighting for a smaller percentage of the pie with what kind of weapons do you bring to the table. What I tell people is that if you're having success with women where you are from, you'll have a lot of success with women in Brazil, and in China, and in Australia, and in every other country I've lived in, and in Spain, and in London, because women are women. Don't come to me to talk to me and say, hey, can I be a loser in America, get off a plane ticket in Brazil, and be this stud? Because you can. There are a lot of people out there selling the dream. It's all a lie, but they're going to sell that to you. If you have any questions, comments about what I just said, I'm giving you the standard right now. Go down, share this with like 1 or 2 people. I need you to do that and say, hey, if you like this guy Wateef, great. If you don't like him, that's fine too. But I'm proud to tell you I've been really growing this channel. A lot of people have been messaging me saying they want to hear more and more about not just the expat travel bit, but the Bitcoin and money part and the foundation, those big round tables that I have with my friends. So we'll be doing more and more of those. I'm proud of it, and I'm glad that I've been able to reach out to so many people. The other thing is, as I said, I don't make money on YouTube, right? I make money as an editor, copy editor, proofreader, writer. You heard that before. But I can also be bought. I accept presents. I want to be clear. I will whore my ass off if you call me and say, wow, I'm going to send you a good microphone to use on your podcast. Guess what? I will talk about you on my show, or podcast or video. I don't know what this is. You want to send me a t-shirt? I'll wear it and tell them how awesome you are. I mean, as long as I'm not a dirtbag. What else? So send me a clever microphone, a clever camera. You got my Bitcoin address. I am not above accepting presents. I want to be clear on that. So, listen, I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.